everybody. So, I was sitting over here thinking about when I first started, trying to learn how to do this. And I looked at what had become the rule in my life, and I like to call it the exception and the rule. And the good choices that I was making was the exception when I first came. I didn't realize that, I didn't know it, because I never had to look for it. So what we are learning to do is to look for what's really going on, not this stage character that we like to present to everybody. We try to put on this front of what we want people to see and what we want people to think about it, and try to hide what's really going on in here and what's really motivating us to make the decisions that we make, to say what we say, how we respond to somebody's comments throughout the day. And so we start accumulating this list that John just talked about. And when I first looked at this, I was 38 years old, so I had a long list. And when I first looked at it, I was encouraged to write down everything that come down to my mind, in my mind. When I looked at that first column, I looked back through my life and I did this, and I did it in a way that now looks kind of shallow, but that was the best I could do because of what was going on inside me. I couldn't do any better than that at the time. And so that's where I needed to start. And here's, I think, just to boil this down, wherever we are is a really good place to start. We don't want to try to move past something that needs to be looked at, because it'll continue to linger in there, and it'll continue to blind us to certain things, and we won't even know that it's going on because we won't look at it. We kind of skirt past it. So, in order to do things in God's power, by God's love, I have to receive God's love in order to give God's love. And so I have the tree of life over here, and we've already been through most of this. And if you'll notice that they are exactly opposite of each other. So in order to overcome this side, I had to start living over here. And like I said, when I first started, it was pretty shallow, and but it was the best I could do at the time. But then as time goes by, we continue to practice it day in, day out. We continue to practice, and things start to change. And so what used to be the rule in my life now becomes the exception, which is this tree on the left. And what used to be the exception, which is rooted in humility over here on the right, starts to become the rule in my life. And it happens sometimes so subtly that I don't even know it's happening. And then I suddenly realize that God is doing for me what I can't do for myself. Because I'm working in His power. I'm depending on His power, His love, and His way of life. So God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, love, and self-discipline, right? So that's His power, His love, and His way of life is self-discipline. So the more I give myself and live in this side, the less I have time or room. I don't have the space. If I'm practicing forgiveness, I don't have the space for resentment. Like it can't come in. There's not enough room there for it. A vision for you. Okay? So what we want to do is we want to look at things from a different perspective. We want to trust God's timing. We've already talked about this a little bit. So we probably all got some things going on in our life that we wish were over now. True or false? I think everybody at some point in time, they wish they lived somewhere else. They wish they were doing something else. And all we have to do is see it somewhere. We may see it on the TV, we may even go on vacation, and all of a sudden we want to move somewhere. Okay? And so we don't want to be where we are, doing what we're doing. And that's because we hadn't learned how to trust God. And see, Daniel is a real good example. Daniel was a faithful servant of God, wasn't he? He was very faithful. But to my knowledge, I don't believe David ever left Babylon. I'm pretty sure he stayed there. Daniel. I don't believe he ever left Babylon. So he spent his whole life there, serving God. It was God's will for him to be there. And so wherever we are, we accept that as God's will. Then we accept the timing of whatever is happening in our life to be what God wants to be happening at this time. Then we can have peace. We can have joy. We can have contentment. A sense of belonging. Because we know that we're in God's hands. A vision for us. So first, I had to receive this myself. So first it's a vision for you, and then it's a vision for us. Because it starts here. We can't transmit something we don't have, right? So we talked about being transmitted, being representative, doing everything as a representative of the Lord Jesus Christ, giving thanks through him to God the Father. Always. It's always. Not just when everything is going my way, not just when I got plenty of money in the bank, and not just when all my relationships are in good shape. But I want to learn how to do that when I don't have money in the bank. That changes things, that don't. Maybe when somebody in my family chooses to do something like John was talking about earlier, that really hurts some other family members, including me. And so I got both of those things going on in my life now, and I'm being put to the test as to whether I really believe what I stand up in front of y'all and say. And it goes on in all of our lives. We've always been there earlier. There's some things that's going on that we just simply don't know. It's not. So there must be something else for us to learn, something else that we're going to take with us in this vision for us. So as time goes by, anybody like to see that side?
Yeah.
We all have things we want to go away, and we just want it to go away. And until I start living over here, it's not going away. It's just not going to happen. With God, all things are possible. So everything that you thought today that was impossible, or you thought was impossible today, it's worked out, or at least you made it through the day. Anybody thinking they weren't going to make it through the day? Anybody ever had that thought? Ain't no way I'm going to get out of this one. Okay? See, then something happens. Or maybe we just trudge through it, one step at a time. And at the end of the day, it kind of backs off, and we get a chance to look over and learn from it, and ask forgiveness, and look at what we might need to do tomorrow. So, when we go home tonight, we're all going to do this, right? The method of the coaches, we're going to look back. When we retire at night, we constructively review our day. We're going to test ourselves. Were we resentful? Were we selfish, inconsiderate, dishonest, angry, prideful, arrogant, afraid? Were we involved today in foolish, ignorant arguments, even those that we didn't say out loud. Y'all ever had an argument in your mind?
Yeah.
You were the only one involved, but you were still arguing. And if you're by yourself, you might even mumble a little bit along with the argument. Maybe even have it just completely out loud. I may be the only one that does that. So I'm having this argument out loud because of the instant replay. And unless something happens, you know, I get pretty dramatic sometimes with that, to be perfectly honest. And so was I involved in that today? Who did we argue with? What did we argue about? Who was listening? Children? Anybody besides me ever argued in front of your children? You ever let the day's trouble kind of mount up on you? And then when you get home, it all comes out. Wonder why we do that with the people we love so much. About the rest of the family. About our friends. About the girl at the McDonald's drive-thru that gave us a cheeseburger with pickles on it, and we wanted a hamburger without pickles. We don't even think about the fact that she's probably working 2 jobs. That's why she's at the drive-thru. Maybe trying to feed 3 or 4 kids. So how important is it is a pretty good question. Yeah. Have we complained today? What or who have we complained about? Who was listening to us complain? Who's listening? We ever complained and talked about maybe our job or the people we work with in front of our kids, in front of the rest of our family, painting this picture. It might be a little bit distorted, you know, if I got all these negative emotions going on, erratic emotions, stormy emotions, if I got all that stuff going on, and most of the time, I'm telling that one-sided story that only gets brought to the light through cross-examination that we talked about earlier, right? Okay, so there's one guy I wouldn't want after me. It used to be Perry Mason, but now it's Matlock. Matlock comes on all like hour after hour after hour through the day. And every now and then I'll catch me a little Matlock. Yeah, folks that know me know that that's few and far between because I don't take that many breaks. But anyway, I'd hate to have him after me because it all looks like it's going one way. And then he comes in there and he brings it to the light. And so that's usually what's happening when I got all these emotions, these negative, stormy, erratic, bedeviled emotions going on. I'm telling the ones I'm painting a picture that looks my way. And I'm trying to tell a story through that so that you will perceive it in a certain way. So really being dishonest when I'm doing that, right? Like really being dishonest. Because I'm telling it for the truth. Alright, so the rest of the family, how about the friends? How many people have we influenced to feel a certain way about a certain thing just by painting one of those one-sided stories? And society as well. What role did expectations play? What role did perspectives play? I think one of the biggest things that has helped me is learning how to agree to disagree. Like we don't have to see things the same. That don't automatically make us cross if we don't see things the same. If we went around in this room, we'd all have a lot of different perspectives about a lot of different things. That don't make me resent you or hate you, any of those things, or even jealous or envious, those kind of things that come in, some of those erratic, stormy, bedeviled emotions, because I respect you more than I used to. And that's a result of living, rooted in humility rather than in pride. What role did timing play today? So, anybody, think they did it? Any of y'all like me and had like 5 or 6 more things that were supposed to happen today? It didn't happen? They're gonna have to wait till tomorrow that I thought couldn't wait till tomorrow when I made my list of things to do. Right after I asked God to direct my thinking, by the way. Were we kind and loving toward all? What starts to happen when our schedule gets messed up? What happens inside you when your schedule gets messed up? And then, woe be to the one that messes it up, right? Here we go. Try to visualize how we might have done better and resolve with God's help to carry these lessons over into tomorrow. Okay, so this is one of the things that we really need to pay attention to. Because when I look back over my day, I point out these things and I look at them, I put them in God's hand. Okay, I don't want to hang on to them, because if I hang on to them, I'm working in my power again, and I don't have the power. That's why I need God's power. If I had the power, I wouldn't need God's power. So I need God's power. I trust infinite God rather than my finite self, and that's a self-explanatory statement. So, try to visualize how I could have handled my change in schedule this morning. How I could have handled that better. How could I have done that better? Maybe I should have left a little bit of room for the unexpected rather than stacking my day up one right after another. Maybe. Okay? Maybe I could take me about 3 to 5 minutes between each thing that I do during the day and try to get recentered and refocused. Okay, we're going to talk about that a little bit later also. But maybe I should do that so that I can not let what happened here affect me over here. Y'all ever been working with somebody and so they make a mistake, but both of you have to go back and correct the mistake, if they made the mistake. And then from that day, from that minute on, until you get off work, you're over there mumbling under your breath because you had to go back and correct this mistake. Okay? I wonder what would have happened if I had stopped for just a few minutes and got refocused. I might not have said what I said. I might not have jerked those tools that I've jerked around. Might not have kicked that foam board. Learning daily to spot, admit, and correct these flaws is the essence of character building. Isn't that what we're trying to do? Trying to grow in the likeness and image of our own Creator, or to develop the character of God inside us. So we want our roots to grow down deep in the humility. Humility being a clear recognition of what and who I really am, followed by a sincere attempt to become what I can be. So, the essence of character building and good living, praise God for the blessings received. And so, at the end of this, we can go to bed and sleep in good conscience. Power of choice, preparation for game day, huddle up with the real coach. So who's the real coach? God's the real coach. Huddle up with the real coach, and we're gonna we wake up, and we don't go right into anything other than our relationship with God. And how we do that is it may vary how we do that, but basically we stop for a minute. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm when I get up, I have to really focus on this. But I read a chapter in the Bible every morning. First thing that I do, and sometimes I read a few verses, and then I stop for a minute and I read a little bit more. But after I get my little bottle of water, room temperature, by the way. Anyway, so I got my little routine that I do. I get up and I want to look at God's Word. That's the first thing I want to hit my eye. That's the first thing I want to take in before I search my phone, before I do anything like that, even check the weather. I want to get in touch with God. Okay, so let us stop, pause, pray, and seek God and get God's guidance before we consider our plan for the day. Okay, so that's what we want to do. All right. Let's begin by asking Him to divorce our thinking from self-pity, dishonest, or self-seeking motive. So I ask God to direct my thinking every morning. I usually do that on the way to the spot where my Bible is, and we do that just take notice that you really those kind of go together. That you ask God to direct your thinking. As you're starting your meditation, you don't make your plans first and then ask God to bless them. A lot of us have had that backwards, haven't we? I have. I've had that backwards. I make my plans, I ask God to bless them. And then expect them to work out like I want them to work out, rather than asking God to help me make my plans. And then when I do that, then my things work out much better, and I can have more faith in what I wrote down this morning, right? I can have more faith. I can also have faith if I do this. I can have faith. There's a confidence that comes from putting everything in God's hands and letting Him be responsible too. Because that means that everything I put on my list wasn't supposed to happen today. See? Maybe it was supposed to be on my list, but maybe it wasn't supposed to happen. Just because it don't happen don't mean it didn't need to be on the list. And I may need to carry it over tomorrow. So, I want to be clear of wrong motives. Under these conditions, we can employ our mental faculties with assurance. That's the confidence I was talking about. Our faith in God, that's where our assurance comes from. For after all, God gave us reins to use. When we persistently do this, so that means that's the little by little. Remember the tree of deceit disappeared? Okay, little by little, when our roots are growing down deep in humility, and the tree of life is growing, then our thought life will be placed on our plane. I want to ask y'all a question. Anybody that's been practicing self-examination, meditation, and prayer, has your thought life been placed on a higher plane since you started? Just a self-examination book. Okay? The difference, remember the exception and the rule, the difference between my thought life has been completely revolutionary. And so the things that I used to think about have now become the exception. I'm not saying I don't ever think about it, but it's a little fraction of time compared to all the thoughts that I have in a day's time. So that don't happen immediately persistently do this, we gradually find. Okay, we don't like those words, do we? We don't like it. We like it the other way. We want to pull up to the driveway, order a cheeseburger without pickles, just like we want it. Right price, yeah, that's right. Exactly the way we want it. And we want it to be quick too, right? So persistently and gradually, not words that we like until we start to experience what happens when we put something in God's hand. Because when we put it in God's hand, He takes it and gives it back to us, but when He gives it back to us, He gives us authority over it. And then we can use whatever it was, not only to improve ourselves, but to help others to improve. Because we can't transmit something we don't have. So I gotta get it, I gotta receive it. A vision for you is us receiving it personally. And then a vision for us is what we can do collectively. So, time for a break.